If you're a man and your fingers don't look like this, your orientation may not be straight. In this video, I'm going to teach you finger reading or palm reading backed by science. First thing you want to take note of is finger length. Okay, so look at this type of finger. The ring finger is taller than the index finger. That's mine. Look at mine. Ring finger is significantly taller than index finger. That's type A personality. Type B personality, they are equal or even shorter. The ring finger is even shorter. Type A personality are people who are exposed to high testosterone in the womb, or adequate amount of testosterone in the womb, if I may put it that way. Because of that, this influences their character and behavior throughout life. We know, according to science, that high testosterone causes men to be strong, dominant, assertive, grow beards, all right, and then be more likely to use violence to resolve issues, more likely to protest whatever they perceive as injustice, be lean, strong, okay, agile. This is high testosterone. And then more importantly, be opinionated, strongly opinionated. Now, imagine that a man that has this kind of finger like mine marries a woman that has this kind of finger. They are going to clash all the time because they will have two different opinions all the time, and they will be assertive, dominant. They will always clash. That is type A marrying type A. So before you marry someone, check out if both of you are type A. Now, some type A's have already learned to control this and avoid confrontations. So if you're always clashing with your spouse or your partner, go and check their finger right now. Also, check around your office and around your house. People with this kind of fingers, they are very strongly opinionated, but also they are driven. All right, they want to achieve something in life and this and that. They have ambition. So they can't take a laid-back position in life. That's type A. So when a woman has this kind of hand, it is believed in palm reading, right, that she's going to always try to achieve more and more and more in life. All right, she's not going to ever sit down and relax. Even if you give her $1 trillion, she's not going to sit down off in one beach somewhere and just enjoy it. No, she will keep driving for more and more results. So if you are marrying this kind of person, you need to know that you have to strongly support their dream, man or woman. Anytime you want to put a wedge between them and their dream, the whole relationship comes down because they can't change it. It's their nature. Okay, this kind of personality type B, they are laid back. All right, they don't want to push on anything. They don't have much opinions about anything. Any topic you come up with, they are good with it. Okay, they don't like arguments. You can look for trouble. If you look for their trouble, they will be the first to apologize. That's the kind of person. They don't like hard work. Don't stress them. If it's possible for you to be paying them free salary, let them just be sitting at home, watching Telemundo. They are good with it. You need to know that this is just statistics. There's a bell curve. Not everybody falls into this. So this is not general. All right, there will always be exceptions. Okay, now you know type A and type B. There's a correlation between this and sexuality. If you're a man, your fingers are supposed to look like this. If your ring finger is supposed to be taller than your index finger. If it's not taller, there is likelihood that it may affect your orientation. Your orientation might switch, you get what I'm saying, to the other side. Now, they did some studies and found out that people that their orientation is not straight, if it's shaking a little, their fingers are more likely to be like this. The ring finger is more likely to be equal or shorter than the index finger. In men, if a man's hands is like this. The reverse is the case with respect to women. If a woman's finger is like this, they are more likely to have of the other orientation. So when, like I said, it's not everybody. When they studied people, let me show you proof. So they did a study, okay? Among this group of people that I don't want to mention, the L group, were found to have more male typical finger length ratios than their counterparts. So their hands are more likely to have taller ring fingers than index fingers. This is the proof that it's caused by estrogen and testosterone exposure in the womb. Some scientists believe that the amount of estrogen and testosterone a person is exposed to in the womb can influence which digit is longer. Okay, so most of our destinies are decided in the womb already. Before you hate on people, remember that they did not make themselves. This is another proof from another study that is the same thing: high testosterone exposure in the womb. Okay, now look, males normally typically have this finger longer than this. This is proof. This is another proof that it affects orientation. Men with smaller ratio, which is this one, like mine, I have a smaller, this one is higher than this, are more likely to be heterosexual. Men with larger ratio, meaning that their index finger is longer than their ring finger. Imagine that my fingers are like this. This one is now longer than this. Okay, may be more likely to be women with larger ratio, meaning that their index finger is longer than their ring finger, are more likely to be heterosexual. So the average woman, this one is supposed to be longer than this or equal. Women with smaller ratio, meaning that their index finger is shorter. That is, look, this one is small ratio, my hand now, this one is shorter, may be more likely to be, yeah? So check your palms now. Okay. Now, there's a study by the University of Essex that found the same thing, that the L group had more male typical finger ratios. I'm not making it up. Now, quickly, let me go to other palm reading. If your fingers or your nails have any lines that suddenly appear, if the nature of your nails change, go and see a doctor. It's not normal. Something is collapsing in your body. Maybe you have thyroid issues. What if the nature of your fingers change? For instance, it suddenly starts hardening, or you start losing mobility, tingling effect. All right? The nature of your nails change. They start curving in. It might be diabetes. Go and see your doctor. Don't try to manage it. If your fingers start clubbing, that is, instead of thinning towards the edges like mine, look at mine starts thick here and gradually starts thinning. But if yours start becoming big here, this is called clubbing. There's a problem. Your heart or your liver have started to malfunction or fail. So go and see your doctor, all right? I'm sorry, I can't tell all the secrets of finger reading in this video. So if you're not following me, click this plus sign to follow me. If you're watching from my TikTok, click the share button to share so that others will learn, especially those struggling with their sexuality. All right. Now, I used to be bald. I didn't have hair 4 months ago. There was no hair here. The whole of this place, there was no hair. But then my hair is back because I created an oil that helped me regrow my hair. So this was what I used to look like 4 months ago. Can you see how the dome of my head is shining? Can you believe it's the same person? Can you believe? I reversed my baldness using an oil I created. If you want the receipt or the list of ingredients I used to create that oil, inbox me. If you're not watching from my TikTok, look at my name here, TikTok Dave Partner. Go to Dave Partner, search my name. The biggest channel answering this name is mine. Inbox me and I'll send you the receipts. Now back to this hitchhiker's thumb. If your thumb bends over backwards, that's hyperextensibility, all right, of your joints, and it can happen in one or more joints. But when diagnosing, this is not backed by science. But what science found out was that this thing is a recessive gene that can be inherited across generations. Okay, but as a spiritualist, when you're diagnosing, when you see somebody with this, it means that they're going to succeed better in whatever they put their hands on. They are creative with hand stuff, things that they have to put their hands on, like go into the engine of something, do a fashion design where they have to touch a tailoring machine and stitch together the clothes. Anything they have to put their hands on, you know, make people's hair, they are better at it. They're going to be better at it. If you put them there, their fingers have extra sensitivity, extra eyes, if I may put it that way, can go in and solve a problem. Do you understand? They can turn knots and twist things with their fingers. So if you know anybody with this, cross-check it with what their occupation is or career is or talent. Some people might take an occupation that is different from their natural talent. This is referring to natural talent. The last one I want to talk about before we move on to the next video or part 2 is hardening of the palms.